Guys, welcome back to another Roughtown Raptors. So as you can see, we're not doing a Sprinter this time. We're doing an Iveco Daily. And as you can see, it's an ex-minibus, ex-Sunshine bus. Used to belong to DP, well, presented by DPD to Catholic Primary School. It's a little bit rusty, especially on the roof. The roof's really bad. Going all the way around. Massive big step. So the main thing is corrosion. Looking round, the bodywork is actually in pretty good condition. It has actually been quite well looked after. For some reason it's just been exposed to the elements on the roof. Back doors look fairly straight. Yeah, not too bad really. Looking down the panels, there's not actually that many dents. I've not had a proper look yet, but initially it doesn't look too bad. So what we're doing is we're going, I forgot the name of the colour now, 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. For some reason I couldn't remember the name of the colour. It's a different one. It's we're going 5002 Ultramarine blue. Now I've not actually looked at the colour myself yet, so I'm assuming it's a similar colour. By the name of it, it sounds like a turquoise kind of colour. So that is going to look really awesome, I reckon. And we're going black on all the plastics. So ultramarine blue and black. I think it's going to look pretty awesome. It can't look any worse, can it? I mean, let's be honest. It looks pretty rough, doesn't it? But it drives mint, absolutely mint. Really steady, really smooth. Nice fan. And when it's done, it's going to make an awesome camper. So I think the first job is, normally I go around and do all the circling and stuff like that, don't I? But I think what I'm going to do first, I'm going to mask up all the windows, because I need to start grinding all this rust off. And I don't want grinding sparks going on the glass, because when grinding sparks go on the glass, the heat, they sink into the glass and end up with little rust spots all over the glass. So if you ever see that, that's why. So I think we'll mask up all the windows first to keep all the sparks off, and then we'll strip all the plastics off and then really get into it. So first job, let's get these windows masked up. Awesome. There you go guys, so we've got the windows masked up, and the tedious job of taking all the glue off. Still got the other side to do yet. As you can see, not the quickest job, but necessary unfortunately. So I think the next job is I'm going to strip the plastics off on this side. I've already started on the door, so I'm going to strip all the plastics off, and the window and the mirrors, and then hopefully these will come off. I know the last one I did, it was absolutely rotten behind these, so I'm hoping don't have the same problem with this one. But looking at it, the bodywork looks actually quite straight, and these actually look like they're on quite solid. So fingers crossed they'll actually come off nice and easy. Fingers crossed. Right guys, as you can see, we've got all the plastics off now. And do you know what? This van's a little bit of a diamond in the rough, this, because when you look at it along the top, it looks like a bit of a shed, doesn't it? To put it bluntly, but it's actually solid. I can't actually remember what year it is, but the van itself is actually really solid. There's not a spot of rust on it anywhere. It's been really well looked after. All the rust seems to be on the top, so I'm guessing, my theory is, it was a little school that it belonged to, so I'm guessing it's probably been parked under trees. So all the tree sap has basically just rotted all the paint, because a lot of people don't realise that tree sap actually eats into the lacquer of paint. So if you ever get tree sap or bird muck on your paint, make sure you wash it off. Otherwise you'll start damaging your paint and it'll turn out like that in the long term. This has probably been parked in the corner of the school playground under some trees out the way, just got used like a couple of times a year for school trips. Hence the reason why it's actually really solid. And it drives mint. So he's actually bought a really good van. Even though on the outward appearance, it looks a bit tatty. But that's why it's come here. So we're going to change it. Anyway, all plastics are off. So I'm going to go around now and circle the dents, which to be honest, doesn't look to be very many. And then we'll start DAing as well. I think when I start DAing it, that'll probably bring up some more of the dents that you can't see, because it's quite dull. It doesn't really reflect the light to tell. I can see some, but not all of them. Whereas when I start DAing, it'll sort of like leave patches where the dents are. So it kind of helps out. So there's different ways you can tell. So I think we'll start DAing it now and getting it a bit tidier. Awesome. Right guys, as you can see, I've started DAing the top. Now if you see where it's corroded there, on this one, quite surprisingly, when I've DA'd the corrosion away, the metal's still actually quite solid. There's no, it doesn't seem to have pitted or eaten into it, which makes me wonder if these are actually galvanised or stainless maybe. I don't think they're stainless, but I say galvanised maybe, because it just doesn't seem to penetrate the metal, which is quite good, very good actually. Now, as for the paint, normally, as you see, I normally just DA it and then fill and prime the places that need it. However, on this one, I found that the paint is actually really chalky and basically it's pretty much degraded. So you can pretty much get a blade and just scrape most of it away. The only place it struggles to actually scrape off, as you'll see, is the place where the vinyl's been. So the vinyl has basically protected the paint from the elements. So what I'm going to have to do is all the paint that's chalky, which are pretty much, I'd say probably everything above this line really, maybe that line, is going to have to be scraped off, which is a bit laborious, but you know, it's not too bad. A lot of it on top is a lot more chalky, as you'll see, so it kind of flakes off a bit easier. So that's where it's kind of like been exposed more, but it just comes off nice and easy. Bit too easy really. See? Whereas as you get further down, where it was less exposed, it's getting a little bit harder to get off, which is good, because that means the stuff down here should actually still be bonded quite nicely. Fingers crossed. So I've now got the laborious task of going around and scraping all the paint off where I can, and then what I've got to do, where it's going to be left here, I'm actually going to have to DA this off. Otherwise, when I paint it, you might still be left with an impression of the Variety Club, and it don't want to be a sunshine bus anymore, does it? So the next job, scraping. Yay! Tedious, but required. So yeah, scraping. Right, so as you can see, a lot of it's scraped off. Just a few little patches where the paint was actually not perished and actually bonded still. One there. So, not too bad really. Come up quite nicely. One little bit of rust. With all that rust off there, there's only one little bit that seems to have eaten into the metal. So that's not too bad actually, that's pretty good. So, I'm going to carry on doing this side, tedious but required, and I will catch up with you guys when I've got it all finished on this side, because you can kind of get the gist of what I'm going through right now. So it's going to take me a while, so catch up with you guys in a little bit. Right guys, as you can see, we have got the angle grinder with the wire brush cup on it to clean up all this corrosion that's on top. And as you can see, there's a lot of crap on top as well. The rubbers that are supposed to go over the seam are all perished, but he's said to leave them off anyway because I think he's getting new ones or he's got something else going on it. But basically, as you can see, I've got quite a bit of work cut out cleaning this roof up. All the paint's flaking, it's been corroded in parts where it's completely faked off. So I'm going to get it all cleaned up and then clean up all the sides. Then what I'm going to have to do is etch prime with a full lot, acid etch it. But I'll probably give it a treatment first as well. Even though it hasn't eaten into the metal, and acid etch primer would probably just be alright for it. It still needs a bit of treating, I think. So, yeah. So I've got quite a bit of work cut out for me. So I am going to crack on with this because it's going to take quite a while. Awesome. Hopefully, next time you see it, it'll be nice and pristine. Right guys, as you can see, we've been extremely busy. We've stripped all the dirt, all the crap, and about 90% of the paint off the top of the roof. So where it's yellow, that's the primer. Obviously this is where all the rust was. Got rid of all the rust as well. It's taken a lot of time, and a lot of DA discs, and a lot of patience, and a lot of Stanley blades. So as you can see, we have to scrape all the paint off, so basically this is what we've been left with. So now we need to rust treat it. Now normally I've been using the Furtan, but obviously I need about 10 bottles of Furtan to do this. But what I've got is some Deox gel, and it's a gel rust remover, and you basically paste it on about 3 to 4 mil thick. Same process, leave it in for 24 hours, but it just soaks in a lot better and pulls stuff out a bit better. So on a big area like this, we're going to go with the Deox gel. So my next job now is to gel it all and then leave it, and then in the morning we'll see what it's pulled out. So right now I've got about quite a bit of painting to do, but of the brush kind. Now rather than just keep dipping the brush in, a Raptor cup, nice and useful, pour some in there and then you'll see what it's like. I'll show you. It is basically like a slime. Anyway, so from there we can basically just brush it on nice and thick. Never actually used this stuff much in the past, but it does actually have really good reviews, and I like trying different things. So I was looking into it, and this seems to be like the way to go. So I'll get painting, and we'll catch up in the morning and see what it's brought out of it. Right guys, so I've done this side of the roof, as you can see. Probably gone through about a third of a bottle already. So it's not too bad, it's going on easy enough, and using the paintbrush you can get into all the little gaps easier. With it being a gel as well, it kind of soaks in a bit better. If I'm not mistaken, the Deox gel was spawned from, they used to use it in baths, you know, for like sinking panels. So you'd be able to take a panel off a car, put it in the bath of Deox gel, and then it just eats it out of the metalwork. But obviously you can't do that with panels like this, so they came up with a gel that you can brush on. A little bit of history there for you on Deox. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and do the other side, and then like I said, we'll come back tomorrow and see what it's like. Right, I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Right guys, so it's been 24 hours and it's been curing, soaking in. As you can see, it's turned brown where it's brought the rust out. Still sticky in places, obviously it's quite a thick paste. If you went, I think I used about 2/3 of the bottle in the end. You can see where it's been drawing it all out. So now what I need to do is get all this cleaned off and get it all sanded flat again, and then we can acid etch primer it. So my next job is to clean it all off, because you can see down there, if you look down the shimmer of the light, You can see where it's quite thick. So get it all cleaned up and then we can get it primered. So let's get it cleaned up. Yay! Right guys, as you can see, all stripped back. Give you a little walk around and show you what it's all been done. Finally. Honestly, it's been such a long slog as this one. You can see where the deox gel has eaten into it and brought out all the corrosion, which is nice. I'm pretty certain these must be galvanised because you saw the state of the roof beforehand. And the corrosion wasn't actually that bad. It had only eaten on the surface, not actually bore into it. So now, next job, let's get some etch primer on the damn thing. So get it etched and then we can finally get some colour on it. So etch primer. Right guys, as you can see we've got it all acid etched. It's just starting to rain, so I'm going to chuck it back inside in a minute. I just wanted to see what it was like. And if you're wondering why it's two different shades, it's because originally I was using the U-Pol number 8 acid 8, which is a single pack acid primer, which comes ready to use. But I only bought a litre of that, far under budgeted, so I ended up having to go out and buy another couple of litres from my local paint supplier. And theirs is Gen Rock, which they call a wash primer, so it comes as a kit, which is basically an acid etch primer. So we use that, and then that's the reason why it's slightly different. So you've got like light grey underneath, and then you kind of, I don't even know what colour you call it, it's kind of like a yellowy grey. Anyway, so it is looking a lot better. And finally now, we can get some paint on the bloody thing. Right guys, as you can see we've got inside the doors done. Colour's looking awesome. Absolutely loving this colour. That is going to look fantastic when it's outside and I like that. I like my greens, I like my greys, I like my blacks, but I do like a nice bright colour in between. It's just so different, isn't it? It's nicer. And this van has been a long time to get to this stage. So I'm finally glad we're at it, where I can actually put some colour on the outside and get it done. As nice as it is to do it, get it done and get it out. Excuse the rustle, I've got a polythene curtain up on my door because we're in that time of year now, springtime, and being out in the country near a river, get a lot of dandelion 1 o'clocks, an absolute fucking nightmare. The amount of times I've done a paint job and a 1 o'clock landed on the lacquer on top and it's just like, urgh. Anyway, right. Let's get maxed up and get some paint on it.
Wake up, really gonna rise.
Awesome.
Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think Grow hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up when they gon' rise to the sun. Step 2,
Well guys, it's done, finally.
grow hard about what
It's
you
been a long slog this one, as we said.
everybody just do.
Looking very, very nice. Absolutely love this colour. So this is Ultramarine Blue 5002, I think. Remember rightly? Ultramarine Blue's right, I'm not sure about the number. But what do you reckon? Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I don't usually have favourites, but I absolutely love the colour on this. It's just the way it pops in the sun and everything. It's got a nice violet texture to it. Lovely. What do you think? Beautiful, isn't it? Customers are over there in the corner. Very happy with it. Really do like this one. It's going to be a fantastic looking camper van when it's done. So yeah. Good colour choice, James. Good colour choice. So from faded powder blue and tree sap and mildew to glorious ultramarine blue. Beautiful. Just let this car go past. There you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay entertained, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.